Okay. Hey everyone, welcome. We're here for Ask Dr. Sears. We're here with Dr. Jim Sears. Thank you so much for coming in and tuning with us live. I'm so thrilled about the topics that we're discussing today because they're actually topics near and dear to my heart and my family and what we've experienced. Welcome. We're here for Ask Dr. Sears. We're here with Dr. Jim Sears. It's having an echo.
Getting that echo?
Sorry about that. Okay,
But
anyway,
Kira coming into the house or something.
Yeah, I had an echo. But yes, I would love for you to just tell us, like, what can parents do if they feel like their child is a little maybe underweight? They're not growing at the same pace as other kids. You're concerned. Do you just pack them full of like all the carbs you can find? What do you do?
Oh boy. Well, the first thing I do is say, let's definitely not resort to macaroni and cheese, chicken nuggets, French fries, the beige diet. That's so I've actually never had this happen, but I would almost rather a child not eat anything than eat that kind of stuff because that is just not a good building block for a child's growing brain, body, immune system, everything. So one of the things I love, and it's kind of a lot of parents will go, okay, well, I'll just give them a shake, like a Pediasure shake or something like that. And yeah, I saw I saw the look on your face. Ooh. And I ask the parents, have you ever read the ingredients of those? They're just not good. And whenever I see a kid's shake, whether it's the Costco or even the health food stores, they're just not all that great. They're full of sugar and oils that aren't very healthy, and and often artificial sweeteners, which can often with kids just it kind of sets them off and doesn't really help with their development. So one of the things I love about the Juice Plus Complete Shake is not necessarily what's in it, but what's not in it. It's gluten-free, dairy-free. It's low glycemic, lots of fiber. It's got some great sources of protein in there. And that's what I used with my kids when they were needing a little extra. And most of my patients, if they need something a little extra, I'll just have the parents make up one of these shakes. It kind of looks like if you just do it with water or your milk of choice, almond milk, rice milk, whatever kind of milk. Pea protein milk is what I often do. And it just kind of comes out tasting like chocolate milk. And kids are pretty used to drinking chocolate milk, right? But then they're getting, I think, 13 extra grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber, which is really awesome. Just enough sugar to make it taste good, and it's low glycemic, so you don't get that sugar rush and that roller coaster that some kids experience when they're getting too much sugar. So I think that's kind of my secret as a pediatrician. When I need to get a child to get some extra pounds on them, some extra calories, I just add Juice Plus shakes to their diet, and it's wonderful.
So maybe this will work pretty well for children when they're small. Their mouths are kind of moldable. You can kind of train their taste buds. But what if you're coming to us with a teenager and they're like, ew, I don't want to drink that, Mom. What is this?
Ew, it's a protein shake.
Yeah, they've actually grown up on the chicken nuggets and the fries and the macaroni and cheese and
right. And the shakes and the chocolate shakes from McDonald's, and yeah, that's where my kids were. They had and I actually had to because it's not as sweet and as chocolatey as a fast food shake, which by design we don't want that. But I actually, for the first couple of weeks, I wanted my kids to. I don't want to say I manipulated them, but I guess technically I did. I made the shake, and I just had kind of a secret container of Nestle's chocolate syrup that I would just kind of pour a little bit extra into the glass, stir it up while they weren't looking, and said, "Here's your shake." And knowing it was going to taste really, really good, right? They're like, "Oh, this is great." I'm like, "Good." And then over the next couple of weeks, when I would make it, I would just add a little bit less, a little bit less. And within about 2 weeks, they were drinking the shake just straight up, no problem, no complaints. And this is at least 15 years ago. My
Wow.
kids still take the shakes. My son
They don't put
is
that
20.
chocolate syrup in
Nope,
anymore.
nope. No, they don't. And they just drink it. My son was a track athlete in high school, and that's what he used the shake pre-competition. And my daughter uses it as a breakfast. And so yeah, it's the kids are my kids are still drinking the shakes as am I. I've already had one today, and I think
Me
it's one of
too.
the best shakes out there. I really think it is the best shake out there.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the new soy-free blend. I just had that one
Mm,
today as well. So I love
cool.
that there's options for any type of person. You can, have the original that has water wash edamame, which is wonderful for development of children. I've heard
Mhm.
girls that consume soy before puberty actually have less chance of having breast cancer. So I love that we can start our young girls really young with really good soy that's water washed, non-GMO. And then
Mhm.
I also love that we have options because I think switching it up is good. I like to have a little bit of a different flavor, but also maybe different macronutrients that are in my daily shake. So cool that we have those options.
Yeah.
I
And
did
I
want to
think
go ahead.
just tagging on that real quick. I know I talked about just adding, doing the shake powder with the milk or something, but you can do the whole full-on smoothie with some extra frozen fruit, mango, strawberries. Sometimes if I really want some extra calories, I'll throw a dollop of almond butter in there, and it becomes just a power meal. All right,
Yeah,
take it.
I do want to respond to that with the fact that the Perform Shake, which is a fruit fusion blend, I've noticed with that it gives me an energy boost as a mom. So if you're like, I need something to keep up with my toddler, that's like a real natural energy boost. And I like to make that one with strawberries, raspberries, and avocado. It tastes really good to me. Like the avocado really can soften it.
Mhm.
Flavor,
Makes it
like
creamy. Probably as
yeah,
makes it more creamy.
makes
Has
it
some good
very.
fats.
Mhm.
Fats are good energy.
Yeah, and
Perfect.
that is a natural bone builder too. And when you're consuming that with our Juice Plus plant proteins, you're actually naturally giving your body everything it needs to make collagen. So I feel like I'm winning as a mom. So there's something for everyone. Um, but yeah, can you also answer the other question we had, which was about children who have ADHD? How can we best support them? It seems like this is more almost as common as like being right-handed. Like my child has
Yes.
ADHD. Oh, mine does too. Oh, well, mine does too. Like it's amazing though. Their brains work incredibly fast. My daughter has ADHD and she went to Phoenix with us, went to the Children's Museum and the Dog Museum, and there was like this game you could play. And my dad was like, her brain is moving so fast. Like she's faster than I can think. That is their gift. But what
Hmm.
happens when their brain's moving that fast?
Oh man, and as somebody that I was going to say suffers from or deals with ADHD myself, yeah, your brain is just moving so fast, and having a conversation with somebody, literally while you were just talking, my brain just going all over the places, and it's exhausting. It really is.
Yeah.
And man, that's why honestly, with my patients, I often try to communicate instead of doing phone calls. I will just tell them to email me so I can sit and read it. Because if we're talking, my brain starts wandering. I'm like, can
Yeah.
you repeat that? I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
But
and you said that it actually creates oxidative stress. I didn't even realize
yes,
that. I
yeah,
didn't
it's kind of like,
realize that. I was like, what?
yeah, with muscles, when you're working out, your metabolism creates oxidative stress. I think of it as the exhaust of the human body engine, and your brain is no different. Your brain actually uses 25% of the energy that you take in and the oxygen you breathe. So it's very metabolically active. So it's an organ that is massively influenced by nutrition. And a child with ADHD has a brain that just is working overtime and produces even more exhaust, more oxidative stress, and that it's called free radicals, and it's essentially it's those need to be neutralized, and if they aren't with antioxidants, fruits, veggies, that kind of stuff, if they're not um, neutralized, then it causes cell damage, the DNA damage, and makes us older, aging, and forgetful, and the brain just doesn't work well, and that's when the child just kind of loses their mind or a meltdown. And so that's I really harp on. And there's with ADHD, there's a multi factors, a whole toolbox that I usually try to equip parents. Exercise, good nutrition, sometimes even medications if we have to. But in terms of how Juice Plus can help a child with ADHD, there's a couple things. First, it contains such a wide variety of micronutrients, not just vitamins and minerals, but so many phytonutrients, antioxidants, carotenoids, lycopene, all those kind of stuff. I mean, there's tens of, probably even hundreds of thousands of individual ingredients in fruits and vegetables. And parents will often go, well, can I just, give my child might be a picky eater. Maybe they're not getting all the required vitamins they need. So I just give them a multivitamin. And I think, you know what, you might be getting it right with the 20 things that may be in your multivitamin, but I would much rather get the thousands, tens of thousands. For example, there's 8,000 different types of polyphenols in nature. 8,000. There's 600 different carotenoids. I mentioned one of those, lycopene, lutein, just off the top of my head. So you don't get nearly a fraction of those in your multivitamin. But Juice Plus, since all it is ground up fruits and veggies and berries that is dried, put in a powder, into a capsule or a chewy for the kids, you get a wide variety of nutrients. And I think it's much more likely to fill the gaps in a child's diet if they're a picky eater.
Yeah. That's amazing. And I have noticed a difference in my daughter. I think it was around third grade that my daughter's teacher said, she might be needing some type of medication. But at that time, I was only giving her the free program. So every adult that orders Juice Plus, fruits, veggies, berries, omegas, you can get fruits and vegetables for free for your child. And I heard another doctor, Dr. Valerie Miles, speak about this, and she recommended the berry blend. And so I was like, you know what? It's actually not that expensive for me to do this. And I was like, let me try the berry blend before trying something else, some type of medication. And I did see a change with the berry blend. And it was actually 2 years later that the omegas came out. And then, of course, all of the medical professionals that are in this community started teaching us about brain health. I didn't even know I needed omegas. I thought omegas were for old people. I didn't know humans need omegas. Okay. It's something we don't produce ourselves. Our brains need that fat. And so when I decided to encourage my daughter to add that, I really saw a difference, almost 180. I feel like our children need more than just fruits and vegetables. They have to have the berries to help their brains really at that functioning level. But then the omegas adds another element to it that we don't even realize. So I challenge you, if you're a parent watching this, I challenge you to take the Healthy Starts for Families challenge, get yourself your own Juice Plus order and sponsor your child for free, and definitely upgrade it. If you are watching this in the month of April 2023, every adult order that goes out, fruit, veggie, berry, omega, we're giving you free berry gummies or chewables. That's through the end of the month. So that's an awesome special just to get you rolling. And of course, I like to wrap it up with a little tidbit on the tower. So it is grow season in Florida, but a lot of people are noticing the temperatures are getting hotter here. I don't know how it is in California.
Not yet. It's still mid 60s. We're getting into June bloom and May gray. It's come early.
Okay. Well, here it's
overcast. At least on the coast, it is.
Yeah, here it's a little rainy. and it's getting hot. And when it starts getting, so in your temperatures, 60s, 70s, you can grow lettuce all day long, spinach, and all those wonderful plants like you see here behind me. But once it starts getting 80s and above, we can't grow spinach anymore. It hates it. So we're trying a new thing. This is called Egyptian spinach, and it's actually heat tolerant, made for Florida. So I planted a bunch of these as a test. And I'm actually doing a little experiment. So I'm going to be growing these on my tower garden, but I also have a friend that's going to put them in the dirt. So we'll see like which is more, it's heat tolerant anyway, but let's try and find out if the tower garden helps it sustain longer or if it would do better in the earth.
I'm writing this down. You said Egyptian lettuce. Is that what it was?
No, spinach.
Spinach, Egyptian
Yeah.
spinach, Egyptian spinach.
Heat tolerant spinach. So yeah, I planted these right before I went on my trip. They've been germinating for about 2 weeks. And when they have this really long root like this, they're ready for a tower garden. So
Nice.
later today.
Spinach is an excellent source of lutein, which is important for eye health.
See, and we all need that. We all want to improve our eye health. So 100% wonderful thing. Well, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Seegers. I know you have a very busy schedule. It's my pleasure coming to you live. We do this once a month, and thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.